Yo dudes, what's up? This is PlanetKeef, I'm Keef, and today we're on to episode 18 of the weekly vlog thing. Yeah, that's the official name now because I only got one response to my little quizette last week, which said, yeah, it's great, keep it, it's very keefy, so So we'll keep that for now. Okay. Monday, nothing much happened, and I came to the realisation that sport is bad for you because watching the Olympics for an hour and a half every evening has turned us into proper little couch potatoes. So I'll be glad when it's all over for more reasons than one, but you know, we are enjoying it so far. On Tuesday I got a new toy. I got my first ever pair of left-handed scissors because last week in my yoga class we've been talking about left and right handedness, and it turns out, you know, out of what, half a dozen of us that were there, 2 or 3 were left-handed, and we've always, well, I've certainly always struggled with telling right from left. It's just not second nature as it is for a lot of people. And it turns out there is evidence to suggest that left-handers do struggle with being able to tell left from right, and also people with high IQ can have a hard time, and also females. I've always had to think twice, so when it's like, you know, raise your right arm, I'm like, okay, that one. So I've been trying to get the teacher to make it equally difficult for everybody so that we do it in Latin. We have dexter, sinister. Might work. Apparently the government wants to introduce the teaching of Latin in government schools, which will level up the, you know, the plebs to the elite level, because they can speak Latin. Yeah, useful that. Anyway. On Wednesday there was a clippity-clop as of a horse on the road outside, a quick look outside, and saw this, a pony and trap. Or is it? No, I think it's not a horse and cart, it's a pony and trap. And it reminded me, when we first moved here about 5 years ago, there was an actual old-fashioned horse and cart collecting rubbish. Okay, Thursday, you know Mrs. Planet's been having botheration with her laptop not working, and we took it to a repair shop, and they, well, first of all they got back and said it'll be XX number of pounds, so they were given the go-ahead, and then they said no, we can't do it, come and get it. And so we went and collected it, and I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but so, well, we'll take it somewhere that'll recycle it properly, hopefully. And yeah, Friday, nothing happened. Saturday, I'd mentioned previously about Nigel Farage slagging off the Royal National Lifeboat Institute for running a taxi service for immigrants, and you know, the resulting surge in donations to the RNLI that happened. But also another guy set up a GoFundMe page to raise £100,000 to buy a hovercraft for the RNLI, on condition it would be called something like the Flying Farage. And it was a bit of a joke a week ago, but as of now he has raised £100,000 and more, and he's raised the target to 150, and just to keep it going. So but apparently the RNLI, they don't want a hovercraft, they want an inshore boat that would cost about 90,000, so that's easily covered. But also they are a bit wary about calling it the Flying Farage, because our Nigel is aware of this and he's not best pleased. Okay, Sunday I did something quite out of character. On Saturday, Mrs. Planet had mentioned that she would want to go for a big long walk. Sunday morning it was nice. Well, it wasn't nice, it was raining, it was overcast, it was drizzly, and some fairly spectacular clouds kicking about. So I thought, well, let's go somewhere and take photos, because, you know, landscape is always better when you've got towering clouds rather than a plain white sky. So I looked up, you know, local walks on the internet, and I found one, a circular walk, 5 miles, 2.5 hours, from Tong Village, which is on the edge of Bradford, to Fulneck Moravian Settlement, which is part of Pudsey, and so it crosses a valley. And in the bottom of that valley is Pudsey Beck, which is the border between Leeds and Bradford at that point. And I thought, yeah, well, yeah, this will be fun. Actually, it was great. I absolutely loved it. I do struggle getting up hills because, you know, I'm fat and my hips complain a lot, but, you know, just take your time. And we managed it, and we did it in the 2.5 hours, although we did have a break at a cafe in Fulneck. I'll do a proper thing on Fulneck because it's a very interesting little place. And then we doubled back the way we came. We were supposed to continue on a circular route, but didn't fancy it that much. We got back into Tong Village, where there's a very nice pub called the Greyhound. Recommended, if you're ever passing that way. Had a pint and then went home. And, you know, after a few hours of being at home, I could barely walk. And I thought, right, I'm going in the bath. I'm going to have a big, long bath soaking in Radox, which is some, well, sort of bubbly stuff you put in your bath water. Yeah, that was lovely. And then it was almost time for the Olympics again. Closing ceremony, it was the final day. So Team GB did magnificently well. They finished 4th in the medal table. So that's that for another 3 years when it's in Paris. So, you know, that'll be a whole different thing again because Paris isn't that far from here. Okay, that was my week. Hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.